The following media you are about to watch is for educational purposes only. Please do not conduct these activities at home. These operations are conducted by professionals with law enforcement presence. Your discretion is advised. Watch this full sting operation take place and experience Protect the Innocent raw and uncut by becoming a member today at officialpti.com or on locals at protecttheinnocent.locals.com.
All right, you guys, so we're here at the office. Today we have Bob. Well, his name's not actually Bob. It's Aaron Downs. He's a 29-year-old man from Jacksonville, Florida. This individual was having conversations that were extremely sexually charged with a 12-year-old girl. If you guys are familiar with this channel, you guys probably know about Whisper at this point. It's an app like Twitter, except you can make posts completely anonymous. Basically, our decoy, Eric from Predator Catchers Indianapolis, put out a post on Whisper saying, "I don't want to go to school tomorrow," with a crying emoji. And so I want to make it very clear, our decoys post, and then these predators come to them, right? We never reach out to these predators first. So she made this post on Whisper, and a person by the username giant_fig responds. He says, "I'm sorry," in response to her saying she doesn't want to go to school tomorrow. This is Aaron, and this is where this conversation starts. But these first conversations, you know, it's always in the beginning, they want to develop a relationship with the child, right? They want to, you know, make them feel comfortable, right? They don't want to start off right away with the sexual content. Sometimes they do. Sometimes these predators, as you've seen before, sometimes they do. But in this case, he's just like, "I'm sorry." She says, "It's cool." But the second thing he says is, "What grade?" She says 6th. At that point, you would think Aaron here would discontinue the conversation. That's what a good person would do, right? He says, "Nice. How old are you?" She says, 12, you? Again, 6th grade, 12 years old. Continues the conversation, and it only gets worse from here. "I'm 29. I bet you're a cutie," he says. He sends a picture of himself, and this is the picture Aaron chooses to send. A picture of him, presumably in bed under the covers with his shirt off. Now, my decoy says, "Why does it say you're 700 miles away?" You know, to establish where exactly Aaron's located, right? She says, "Where are you from?" He says, you are cute, because she sends a pic back to him. He says, Florida. The decoy says, what city? Says, you're far away. He says, Jacksonville, what about you? She says, Fleming Island, which is a city here in Jacksonville. He says, nice. Do you have cute bikinis? Instantly trying to get compromising pictures of her. You're only 36 minutes from me. I do not know. Sorry if what I said bothered you. Okay, good. Do you want to text my phone? She says, nothing you said bothered me. He says, you going to sleep yet? And then he sends his phone number. She says, no. What's your number? He says, can't wait to hear from you. Have you texted me yet? Winky face. And so at this point, it goes over to text message with Aaron's phone number. At this point, he says, aren't you supposed to be asleep? Does your dad or mom know you're texting me? He says, good morning. Hi. Good night. Good morning. I know you have a great day at school. Hi. So my decoy doesn't respond. And this is when predators do this, it really, you start to get an idea of the desperation here to abuse innocent children, right? She just said, hey, right? She just said, hey on Monday. Actually, Sunday night. He says, aren't you supposed to be asleep? Does your dad or mom know you're texting me? Question mark, right? A whole day goes by, nothing. But this whole day on Monday, good morning, hi, good night. The next day, good morning, I know you have a great day at school. In the afternoon, hi. She doesn't say anything for a while. And then she finally says, hey. He says, how are you doing? She doesn't say anything again, right? He says, good night, princess. The next day, how did you sleep? So there's so many gaps here where Aaron could stop talking, right? These guys have so many chances, and every single time they just continue to go on and on and on with children, right? So she says, good you. Can you send a pic? He says, sure, you first. I'm nervous. She says, why are you nervous? I don't know. I just am, he says. Where are you? She says, school. Again, this is a child, right? She's at school, and you're texting this little girl while she's at school. Like, it's beyond me. I don't understand how these people, what's going on in their head, right? What time do you get out? He says. She sends a picture of herself with a peace sign. She says, your turn, 4 o'clock. He says, you're cute. She says, thank you. And, you know, this decoy picture, you guys, this is like a young looking child, right? Obviously, we never have our decoys being actual children, right? These are edited pictures of adults, but the way that this picture was edited, this is a little girl. And when I look at pictures like this, it just drives it home. And I wish I could show you guys, right? But we have to make sure that the decoys can continue to do their job and their identity isn't put out to where predators can watch these videos and, you know, catch on. And if they see this decoy, ignore her, right? And then go abuse another child that's real, right? So, but if you guys could see this picture, your stomach would turn. The conversation goes on and on and on, right? He asks if she has a boyfriend. She says, no, I'm single. He says, I'm also nervous because I don't want to get in trouble by the law. So he clearly understands this is illegal, but it doesn't matter to him, right? The sickness inside of him is bubbling over, and he just can't stop talking to this child. That's what we're seeing here. He says, okay, your age doesn't bother me, but I don't want to get in trouble. I'm 29. So you see how I could get in trouble. She says, I won't tell no one we're talking. And no one goes through my phone. He says, okay, if we go out together, what do we tell people? Like if we go out to the mall or to a movie. She says, I don't know. LOL, you're my big bro. LOL. You'd want to hang out with me? Question mark. He says, how many classes do you have? She says, no, I asked you a question. LOL. Don't ignore my question and ask me a question. We like to keep these predators on track. You know what I'm saying? So when they try to skew off onto something else, it's like, no, let's get back to the question at hand. You want to hang out with this child. Let's get back to that, right? He then says, because I'm 29, it's frowned upon for a 29-year-old talking to a 12-year-old. Frowned upon? Aaron, I think it's a little bit more than frowned upon. He says, I'll answer any questions you have. Can I give you a nickname? I want to keep talking to you. She says, yeah, you can. He says, okay, so what are your questions? I don't have a question right now. She says, okay, what do you want to do this weekend? And if we go out, what will we tell people? Again, he says, he's scared of what people are going to think in public, right? He knows this is wrong. And he's concerned about how he's going to evade the eye of concerned citizens, right? I don't know. You actually want to hang out this weekend? Again, questioning him. You want to hang out with me, a 12-year-old girl. He says, yeah, if you want to. He says, okay, where do you want to meet? She says, if you got something in mind, you can be real with me. It won't offend me. He says, oh, okay. Have you had sex yet? So she says, you can be real with me, right? She's pulling the demon out of this guy, right? Instantly, right? LOL, okay, have you had sex yet? Maybe we can get naked and cuddle, or cuddle in clothes. She says, I've done it once. He said, did it hurt? She says, a little. He says, I'm sorry, we don't have to have sex, but I can get you off if you want. She says, just tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you if I'm down. I want to have sex, and I want to eat you out, but first I want to take you out to eat. So right there, he admits to wanting to rape this child, right? Because let's get this very clear. This isn't sex. This isn't sex. This is rape. And I really want to drive that point forward. This is rape. She says, oh dang, you really want to do that with me? Again, questioning him. He says, are you down? Or we can just go eat. She says, yeah. He says, okay. What time do you want me to pick you up and where? I want you to sleep in. She says, didn't think you want to do that since I'm 12. He says, yeah, I'm still a little nervous about that. He's just a little nervous. But once we meet, I think I'll be fine. And yeah, I want to get enough sleep on Friday night. She says, you want to meet tomorrow? I have work tomorrow. You have school, right? She says, yeah, when are you off? We can meet after this. And so at this point, they are talking, and, he's trying to meet up with her and do the horrible, disgusting acts that he's been speaking about, right? So if we skip further ahead, then he goes on to say, what nicknames do your friends give you? He says, how about I call you Princess, Sweet Pea, or Baby? Sweet Pea? That's insane to me. That's literally insane to me. Like, Princess? He's talking to this little girl and giving her nicknames like she's his daughter. And we'll get to why that's pretty scary in a minute. She says, princess works. This is where things start to unravel, right? This is where we find out who Aaron is. Aaron Downs. I can't leave the ship, princess. I will take it tomorrow. Because she wanted a picture proving that he's in Jacksonville, right? Because it said that he was 700 miles away. I'm on a boat and I have to be here for 24 hours. I will be leaving around lunch, so I'll send you the pic, okay? She says, oh, are you in the Navy or something? He says, yeah, I am. She says, oh. He says, is that okay? She says, yeah. Can I see a pic of you in your uniform? He says, okay. Are you home now? He says, maybe, in response to the uniform picture. And then that's when we get this picture. And that right there is Aaron Downs. That right there is a man that is in the military, right? He is supposed to be protecting and serving. He is supposed to uphold a level of integrity, courage, honesty, bravery, honor. Everything we read isn't honorable. It's disgusting, and demons like this should not be serving our country, should not be paid with our tax dollars, right? That's this guy. That's Aaron Downs. And I'm sure the military is gonna love to hear this, right? So it goes on. She says, oh, I meant the one proving you're in Jacksonville. And then he sends a picture of the gas station on the Mayport Navy base here in Jacksonville, proving that one, he's in the Navy, two, he's here. He sends more pictures of all of these different things on the military base. He wants her to lie to his mom, saying, well, can you say you're spending the night at your friend's house? I also have some beer if you've never tried that. So he wants to give this child alcohol. So we have a child rapist who wants to intoxicate that child with beer, okay? Wants her to lie to her mom and say that she's going to a friend's house, so her mom will have no idea where she's at. She'll think she's at a friend's house. You understand how this stuff gets really, really dark, right? This man could be easily trying to set up a situation where he can kidnap this little girl. That's a very real possibility right now. And that is sad and disturbing, and all I can say is not on my watch. He says, what are you wearing to bed, princess? The decoy completely ignores that question and says, you got a wife? I love my decoys. Let me say that right now. I love my decoys, right? They get straight to the point because that's what matters here. And this is where things start to unravel yet again. And it's very sad. He says, yes, I do. She is not with me right now and she is in another state. He says, princess, you mad at me? What are you wearing to bed tonight? She says, well, I still want to know if the guy I'm talking to has a girl. You got kids too? What are you wearing to school? She says, you have a good day? And you didn't answer. Do you have kids? She says. He says, yes, one. She's 2 months. He has a wife that just gave birth to his child 2 months ago. A little baby girl. This man has a daughter. And he's doing this. that little baby needs to be as far away from this man as possible. That's all I can say. Because I think the statistics are 80% of these things, 80% of abuse is within the family. We don't know what he's capable of as far as his family goes, but we know he's willing to do this. So what else would he be willing to do? And I want to say something to the wife, if you're watching. I'm so sorry you had to find out like this. And understand that this is a blessing in disguise. Because if that little girl were to be hurt by him, that's way worse than this, right? This is a warning. For all we know, this could be divine intervention, right? We came in, we were sent, we found this man, and now he will be unable to hurt that baby girl in any way. It's a horrible situation, and I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but I think it's beautiful that now you can protect that baby girl. I wish the best for you, and if you need anything, please reach out to us, protectinnocent101@gmail.com. We can help in any way that we can, because I can only imagine the grief. He says, "Are you on birth control?" She says, "No, why?" He says, "Just wondering if I might need to get condoms or not. I don't want to maybe have sex and you end up pregnant. Or I can just pull out and either come in your ass or in your mouth. Up to you." Walking demon. Walking demon. She says, "Oh, LOL. I asked what you wanted to do after the movie. You said you don't know. LOL, is that what you're trying to do?" He says, "Maybe, LOL. I'm not sure. Just preparing for every possible event. LOL." He says, "Our song is Lil Boo Thing by Paul Russell." "Hey, princess, I have been thinking a lot about our date Wednesday." He sends another picture, and this one is in his uniform, and he's on a Navy ship. So we can presume that he's doing this while at work on a Navy ship. Is this who we want protecting us? I'll let you guys decide in the comments. Can I get more pictures of you, please? I was hoping for a full body pic of you in your uniform, she says. He says, "Okay. Well, hang on, and I'll get you one. Can I get one of you full body?" he says. "You can surprise me of what you're wearing if you're wearing anything at all." He sends her this. We have the full Navy uniform. "I'd have to change before we could go watch the movie." She says, "Why would you have to change?" "Because I'm not supposed to go out in uniform to places other than work and home. But you're supposed to meet up and rape kids." Huh. Interesting logic. Interesting logic. She sends her a picture of herself. "I love your hair and your jacket is cute too. Can we take pictures together tomorrow?" he says. She says, "Of course. Like just selfies?" He says, "Like some sexy pictures. You want me to come to my house after the movie? How long do we have before you have to be home?" She says, "What do you mean, sexy pictures?" He says, "Oh, I'll have to show you." She says, "You can't tell me?" He says, "Okay, princess baby, it will be easier to show you." She says, "Okay, wish you just tell me." He says, it's really hard to explain. Do you have any thongs? She says, I had one, but I don't know where it is. He says, you should wear that tomorrow for me. She says, well, try to explain it. He says, it's where you and I sit, stand, or lay down in a sexy position. So we can kind of get the idea. He wants to take sexual pictures of this little girl. So what time do I need to have you home by? She says, I don't know yet. I gotta see when my mom is getting off, but let's meet around 7 tomorrow. He says, okay, where? I need an address, beautiful. He says, okay, I'm excited to hear your voice. Princess, it's been a sec. Because they scheduled a call and you guys either heard that call already, or I'm gonna be playing it after this debrief. But he admitted to a lot on that call as well. I really like talking to you. You have a beautiful voice. If you want to bring an extra pair of clothes, you can shower at my place. I would bring an extra pair of panties and a bra, just in case, with a winky face. I enjoyed talking to you. I'm excited for tomorrow. He says, me too, princess. She says, what are you excited to do tonight? Hold you close to me, he says. I want you to spend the night. Is that okay? She says, you do? He says, yeah, do you? I'll take you back before your mom wakes up, he says. This is so disturbing, you guys. She says, I'd be down to stay. He says, okay, pack clothes then, and shampoo and soap. You can use my toothbrush, he says. She says, so I just wanted to make sure, since you talked about it, you're getting condoms, right? He says, yeah, I am. And we'll make sure to get those condoms from him when we get there, just to make sure he got them, to further incriminate him and everything he was trying to do here. You want sex tonight, don't you? I'm going to get them just in case. She says, it's up to you. Okay, I will get them just in case. And so that's where we're at. At this point, we are scheduled to intervene here around 7. That's when we're going to be at the location. It is the movie theater in Fleming Island. And we're going to see if Aaron is going to show up, what's going to go down here. This is a man who's also in the military, so NCIS will be involved, as well as the Clay County Sheriff's Office. Yeah, at this point, we're going to start getting ready and make sure that tonight there isn't a little girl being kidnapped, raped, intoxicated by a 29-year-old man just to be plopped right back to her mother's house right after. Imagine the trauma if we weren't here. If this was a real little girl, imagine the trauma. So I'm excited to get this one. And you guys are coming along with us, so let's get this guy.
Can you hear me?
There's me.
Where are you?
I'm at my car.
inside?
Are you in there?
Well, yeah. I just texted you that.
Okay. Well, walk up to the front.
Are you coming inside?
Honey, walk up to the front.
Okay.
Alright.
Do you just want to stay on the phone so I can find you?
Yeah.
Okay. You sound like you're nice.
Not bad.
If you all have watched our videos long enough, you can understand how volatile the internet can be. That's why I'm excited to introduce today's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Private Internet Access is a personal VPN service. If you're not familiar with what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network. It's an application that hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. This means you can surf the internet without worrying about your privacy and data being compromised by cybercriminals. With the work we do, it's super important that we stay protected when connecting to the internet. Private internet access is the key to keeping our information secure. With their world-class server infrastructure, we understand that our sensitive information is shielded and bulletproof. Using the internet without private internet access is like leaving your phone unattended. Anyone can sneak a peek at your private notifications. With PIA's strong encryption, your privacy is never under question. Another awesome feature you get with private internet access is the ability to watch shows and movies on Netflix and other streaming services that may not be available in the country you're in. This is super important to me when I travel because a lot of my favorite shows are only available in the US. For example, The Bricklayer. PIA makes it incredibly easy to choose a server from their 91 different countries and 50 different US states. And boom, you're done. You gain access to websites and services only available in those locations. Plus, PIA is one of the only VPN services that support peer-to-peer file sharing, making it truly a bang for your buck. It's important for me to share a service with you guys that's 100% transparent. They make sure to never store user data, and they have a no logs policy that has been proven in court and thoroughly third-party tested. And what I absolutely love about private internet access is the ability to protect an unlimited amount of devices using only one subscription. This means you and your family can all benefit for only $2.03 a month. That's an 83% discount when you use our code PIAVPN.com/PTI. And you also get 4 extra months completely free. PIA is available for all platforms and they have a 30-day money-back guarantee and 24/7 customer support. Thank you so much, Private Internet Access, for sponsoring our work, and let's get back to it. Hey, Bob, go through this. Listen, Aaron, you have everything.
He's going this way.
We know you're
Where are you
in the
going?
military. It's gonna be bad for you.
Oh, you're stationed at Mayport, right?
You wanna get your resources.
Oh, you're stationed at Mayport.
You wanna run away right now?
Please, can you turn off the camera, please? Please.
You're in the military doing these things. What are you doing here? Aaron? What
Please.
are you here to do?
Nothing.
Hi, Kelsey, aren't you supposed to be asleep? Does your dad or mom know you're texting me? Why did you say that? Let's be honest here.
Because I feel like that if they would have seen that, they would have told her to stop.
Right.
And that
Why?
would have kept the conversation from keep going.
Why? Why would they have done that? In your opinion?
Because texting an older person is not something you should do. But I know I fucked up.
Look
okay?
at her.
Yes,
That's
I
a
know.
child. That's someone's little girl.
No. That don't get attention that often.
I'm sorry? You're like talking to the ground. You're playing with grass
I'm
like
not
a
talking
child.
to the girl. I'm nervous right now.
I understand that, but
and
like,
I
let's
know
be
I
an
fucked
adult
up.
here.
Okay, let's be an adult. All right. I fucked up. You're here because I fucked up. You're here because what I did was wrong. And I should put in jail.
You say, are you on birth control? She says, no, why? You say, just wondering if I might need to get condoms or not. I don't want to maybe have sex and you end up pregnant. Or I can just pull out and either come in your or mouth. up to you. Did you bring condoms?
No.
Be honest.
Because I wasn't going to plan on doing this tonight. I was actually going in there and telling her I'm not doing this. I'm going home. 100% honesty. Here. You said you wanted them.
What I'm going to do is we're going to run an information report. We're going to register a ICAC unit. We also have contacts with NCIS that they work with frequently.